Morning to all of you. Welcome to the EdQueries learning session, a e-learning website where learning is all the fun. So welcome to our library. And today I am going to take a topic called picture comprehension. And why am I taking picture comprehension? Because we get a lot of queries from parents. They keep asking, when will my child be communicating? He cannot answer a to and fro question. The conversation is always one-sided, or he just talks about things which interest him. So all the time, I keep telling the parents, for your child to actually, do a to and fro conversation, it's very important that we, increase the vocabulary of the child exponentially. I mean, in fact, this is my favorite thing. A speech therapist once told me, when we put this much amount of, information into the child, the output is this much, So lots and lots of, a receptive language needs to be developed in our children to make it expressive. And there is no end to how you fill the child with receptive language. You can go with the nouns, the verbs, the prepositions, right? You do the WH questions also. So once the child is able to answer a fair amount of WH questions, especially the what, the who, the where, right? And when, at least till this level, the child should reach. Even what, where, who is also a good indicator that you can introduce picture comprehension to our children. So we also, design games in our EdQueries website. And let me introduce you to our picture comprehension. Sharing my screen. So as usual, we'll go to all courses. We choose English, which I had already done also. And here you have in English level 2, we have a series of picture comprehension. So if we have a picture comprehension based activity, even in our life skills, that's for the older children. I will take that also. But let me introduce you to the picture comprehension here. So here is the picture comprehension course. You can see a series of game, and as we keep saying, we keep on adding to it, So once your child plays these games, you will be, every time you log in, you will see more and more games coming up. So let me start with a few we have. Now in picture comprehension, the best thing to do is to choose a picture which is quite big, with lesser details or few details. And then we again start with things which the child knows.
Then answer the question.
So this one was something I found. It was a cute picture of, a few animals. Animals are something which is introduced to the children initially when they are at the early intervention phase. When we start with the nouns, we start with common animals, common fruits, common vehicles, right? So similarly, we also try to incorporate things which are common, and we have kept on increasing the difficulty level also, so that the child gets to know new words. That is the primary motive of a picture comprehension. I keep telling parents also, see, when you are in a clinical setup, you can only think of this many amount. Being human beings, there is a limit to our, amount of thinking or amount of things we'll present to the children. But when you start with something called a story reading or a picture comprehension, there are new and new things which come up. And that is the opportunity to teach your child a new concept. So whenever you see something new, don't think, oh, this my child may not know. That is the time you teach the child. So here is a picture where you can see a man is fishing. So fishing is something which actually interests a lot of children. I mean, the child in me still loves it, though I'm not good at it. But whenever I go to Kerala, I try to, do fishing with my son. So here he's sitting next to a lake.
Good job. Answer.
And the picture is getting repeated again and again, if you see. So always there is a reference point for the child. As we say, our children initially would not visualize everything. So do not give them questions without a picture, because the child will be lost, trying to imagine what is the parent is saying, or maybe because of the inherent processing delay or the sensory overload at that point of time, the child is not able to recall. So the gap goes more and more, and you get a blank look from the child as if he has not even understood the question. So to break that processing delay, we always give visuals for a long, long time, everything with visuals, basically. So and see, it is so simple that any small child of 5, 6 years also can, understand and do it. And
Cat,
another thing is,
frog,
you
fish.
can always hear the audio also.
Cat,
So
cat,
I'm
frog,
select
fish.
all the
Good
three.
job. Answer.
So
Fishing.
what is the man doing?
Fishing.
He's fishing.
Good job. Answer.
Here we have put a small inferential question. Remember our video on inferencing, where we make the child think? That is the primary idea we wanted to bring up in EdQueries also. We wanted our children to think, doesn't matter if the child doesn't know, please teach him. See, you can say they are all trying to help the fish
jump back into the lake.
So
good job.
That's the beauty
Answer.
of a picture comprehension. You can add so many things, at that moment. You can come up with questions which your child would be, would help him to think and come up with, not just narrating what is being seen.
What white? White and orange.
Supposing
Black
I go
white.
with a wrong answer,
Black
let's see what happens.
That's not correct. Let's try the next one. Let me show you all the correct answers.
So
at the bottom of the screen,
picture comprehension
whether
gives you
got it correct or not.
the correct
the man
answer.
is sitting next to a lake. You can see cat, frog, and fish in the picture. The man is fishing. The cat tilted the bucket to help the fish jump back into the lake. There is a white cat and an orange cat. So the child gets the correct answer here, where he went wrong. That's and parents, one beauty about the whole game is the child can play the game again and again and again. So it's not an end to it. Yes, at times our children memorize the answers also, but it's okay. See, when you want to speak, when you want to converse, what you need is a good, dictionary in your mind. If you do not have a dictionary, how will you retrieve? So the more the child remembers things, the more memory he develops, that helps him to retrieve, and at the appropriate point of time. So the fluency, the speed of response also matters. So let the child remember, there's no harm in doing it. We need a good vocabulary all the time. Let me go to the next game. So one thing, as I said, was we have tried to increase the level of the game in each context, so that all children of every age group are able to do it. So we've taken up, cute cartoon characters also to make it a little attractive to the child, and especially the expressions which come. You can ask a lot about expressions also in many of these, pictures. How many people? How six? So here the child has to be very, very careful. How many people are there, So if he takes, many a times I've seen children take up all the 6 people. So you have to tell them, no, these are animals. 3. So good job. Then only you'll get the correct answer.
So it's a little bit about, I would like to go to a little later part of the game. So see, for the older children, what we've done is,
look at this picture, Ben.
we've
Answer the
even
question.
taken up questions like a puppet show. So most of the children in cities do not have not seen puppets, you know. So we've tried to incorporate
Then
new
click submit.
things also in this, and new terminologies also. So what do you call the person who makes these puppet dance?
Answer.
So
What is a puppet show? Good job. Answer. What are the dog puppets?
they're called puppets.
Good job. Answer.
Who makes the puppet dance? So here a new word is added, right?
A puppeteer.
This
Good
I remember
job.
yesterday only I
Answer.
was doing with a person, and whenever the child learns a new word, I always say, oh, see, you've learned a new word now, right?
With the
And
help of
see, we've got into the depths of it. How do the puppets dance? And also this way we have tried to increase the levels. We have tried to introduce as
look at this picture, Ben.
this is a
Answer the
city
question.
picture. Let me show you. There was one about,
In this game, see
I
the
think,
picture.
there's
Look
another,
at this picture,
this
Ben.
one.
Answer the
So for
question.
older kids, there's a fashion show, there's a city picture, there's a dog chasing man. So we've tried to imagine as many scenarios as possible, and you know, put it
Then
for the
click
children.
submit.
And see, this one talks about, so there are questions about what is the stage called, you know, on which this
Answer.
models walk.
A
We call it
movie.
a ramp.
A
So
fashion. Good job. Answer.
so what are the people in the
Models.
picture called? So
Good job.
increasing the
Answer.
vocabulary of the child.
A ramp. Good job.
And
Answer.
as I said, from here, I would like to show you our life skill course also, because that also we have tried to put in a few picture comprehension based activities. So when you come to complete life skills 3, there are these thinking skills games. Now, here we have tried to teach empathy to the children. We have incorporated feelings and emotions
Look at
here.
the picture and answer the question.
So if you notice, what is the
Then
problem
click
here?
submit. Answer.
What is the
What
problem?
the old man cannot carry
his shopping bag.
Good job. Answer.
So what is the young man doing here? He's
He
helping.
is helping the. Good job. Answer. No, each.
So trying to teach children values, you know, things like empathy, things like being kind and helping others. So these also we have tried to incorporate in our lessons. So yes. And there's a new term, senior citizens.
Good job.
So you tell them after 60, you are called a senior citizen. So again,
What?
see, a visually impaired man. So here, I have actually told people there are people in this world who cannot see, you know, you call them blind, or you call they are called visually impaired, you know. So all these things, obviously these children are older. You're not teaching this to a 5 or 6 years old. You're teaching this to an older person, maybe 8, 9, 10, 13, and older ones also who have language deficits.
Good job. Answer. She is helping.
Why is the lady holding the man? She's helping him to cross the.
Good job. Answer.
So again, we are asking, see, it's in a way an inferential question, and we are trying to teach kindness to the children. Is the lady doing the right thing? Yes, we should always be
empathetic. Good job. Answer.
Again, teaching children about values of being kind to animals and people around.
The boy is pulling the cat's tail. Good job. Answer. We should not be cruel to animals.
So when, you know, things like cruel comes, you know, or happy comes, I always try to incorporate the opposites also. I teach them, okay, opposite of cruel is kind. And this is done even in my story reading session. Also, like yesterday I was doing a Hansel and Gretel story. There again, the word the cruel witch came, you know. So I said the opposite of cruel is being kind to a person, being helpful to a person. So do not lose opportunities which you get to child, and teach your children opposites, synonyms, plurals. These all come naturally while they are reading. You always say 2 cups of tea. There are 2 people here, right? So the children are unconsciously using plurals, things like plurals a lot. So at that point of time, it's easier to introduce plurals, and we should do it at the appropriate time so that the child is able to retrieve that information and use it when required.
Good job. Congratulations. You passed.
So there are games wherein we have, just let me show you. For older
Look at
kids,
the picture and answer the
see
question.
A situation here, a very common situation which is common, and children might face a person who's hungry. So
the woman. Good job.
We will incorporate it. So these pictures are primarily for older ones also. How does she look?
She looks hungry.
And whenever there are choices given, it's easier for the child. You can read out the 2 choices, or the child can listen to the 2 choices, and then, understand, look at the picture and come up with the answer also. So with the picture, with choices, we are trying to subtly help the child as far as possible.
I can. Good job. Answer.
So we've taken up things like bullying also.
The children are bullying. Good job. Answer. She feels lonely.
And isolated.
She feels lonely. Good job. Answer.
And how can you help her? So in life skills, we have always tried to partner with the child. We have tried to take the child also along with us and asked him questions like, what would you do in this situation? Must think for all our children. And when especially our children, we have to teach things situation by situation. And you cannot actually, even there is no end to this. As I said, our library would keep on increasing. So when you are doing picture comprehension, I would always suggest that you do the WH questions along with it. The child should be proficient in that. You do picture comprehension, but at the same time, you do topics like plurals and opposites, and also that it will help the child to apply the learning. Here, whenever you are faced with a new situation, what our brain actually does is go back, think, retrieve from all our experiences, whatever we have learned, and tries to apply that as a solution. That's a natural way God has made the brain to come up with solutions, problem solving, which is an important life skill also. So I hope parents, you liked today's lesson and you would be, practicing picture comprehension. Thank you so much. Have a great day ahead.